To set up Stellarium to view long-term motions, the first thing you want to do is get rid of any sign of the horizon. So get rid of the ground, get rid of the cardinal points, definitely get rid of the atmosphere. That just messes around with things. So who cares about deep sky objects, planet labels? Let's leave that. Really important is switch between equatorial and azimuthal mount. We want the azimuthal mount. So click on that and you see it active. Now you'll actually see how that happens, or what that does when we put on the equatorial grid, which will be good for us. Do you see how here it's oriented so that the lines of right ascension are approximately vertical and the lines of declination are approximately horizontal. Notice if we use the ordinary mount, the horizontal mount, or the azimuthal mount, then they're on wonky angles. So we want them straight like this. Okay? We also want to see, let's put a few markings on other than the grid. So let's go to Sky and Viewing window and look at the markings. We want to have, well, the equatorial grid is already on. We don't want any of these other things. Oh, we want the solstices because we'll be passing by the solstices and equinoxes. What the heck? How about the celestial equator? That's what we want. We want the ecliptic line will be good. And oh, what the heck? Ecliptic poles. That was the will. Oh, sorry. Celestial poles could be handy, and that's about it. Okay. So that gives us the markings we want. You can see now the ecliptic is in orange. The celestial equator is in red. You can see how the sun has just passed. Here's the symbol for the autumnal equinox. The sun has just passed the autumnal equinox. Day today is September the 30th. So 9 days ago, 8 or 9 days ago, we crossed the autumnal equinox. Also we would like that when we click on something, we just get to see the right ascension and the declination. And how you do that is you go into the configuration window and choose information and make sure that, well, we can have the name, that doesn't hurt, and that we just have right ascension declination, ideally of date. Okay, so we're basically set up now. The important thing to realize when we're doing this, a couple of important things. One is that when we're moving time forward, we can increase the speed by pressing the L key. We can stop by pressing the K key. We can slow down by pressing the J key. So J, K, and L are kind of where your fingers should kind of be hovering on those buttons. So if we want to speed up, I'll press the L a few times. 1, L, 2, L, 3, L, 4, L, 5, L, 6, L. See, we're finally getting a bit of movement going on. 7L. Oh, yeah. And so we're sort of able to follow the sun around. It's a bit hard because we've got to move manually in order to keep the sun in view. You can press, if you press the space bar, what it'll do is it'll center the screen on the sun or whatever object you have selected, and then you can watch it go around the celestial sphere. So here it is, autumnal equinox again. Note that actually, if you crank it up, if you're going too fast, it's hard to look at. So that's pressing L twice. If I press now J once or twice, I'll just slow it down. If I press K, I'll make it stop. Well, actually, if you press K once, it goes to ordinary time, 1 second per second. If you really want time to stop, you press K a second time, and then freezes time. Okay, notice if you, just a fun sort of thing, generally, let's take the centering off now. I just pressed space bar, so we're not centered. Notice that if we really crank up the speed, let's start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By the time we press it 10, the stars actually start to move. And that, when we're doing that, we're seeing the effect of precession. As the Earth spins on its axis, the axis actually turns once every 18,000 years, and that's called precession.